And this is from the Riverfront Times. And I thought this was a brilliant list.
It's very well done.
It was the 31 commandments of St. Louis.
Oh, boy.
And I'm glad, Moon, you brought up the Cardinals have the best fans in baseball, because that is one of the commandments. Thou shalt brag that the Cardinals have the best fans in baseball.
That's one of the commandments.
That is one of the commandments. Thou shalt brag the Cardinals have the best fans in baseball. Will you agree with this? Thou shalt call Hollywood Casino Amphitheater Riverport, no matter how many name changes it goes through.
You know what? I think if we weren't in the industry, that I would be a Riverport guy.
I still call it Riverport.
But because I'm in the industry and I'm constantly saying what the new name of the venue is, I think it changed. It's a little different for me.
I'm a Riverport guy. Absolutely. When I got here, it was Riverport, and when I go there, I'm like, I'm headed over to Riverport. I just feel like it's easier.
People know what you're talking about.
Hollywood Casino, they're like, what?
But I guess being on rock radio, you're supposed to say the actual name of the...
It's probably different for you guys, because like Tony just said, you're talking about the Hollywood Amphitheater all the time. And but other people, your average Joe, is like, nah, I'm going to Riverport, man. I'm going to check out that Rob Zombie.
I think I just say the amphitheater. Yeah, I'm... Now that I'm thinking about it, if I was telling my brother, hey, there's a concert, and he asked where, I would say, oh, over at the amphitheater. I think that's what it's turned into for me now. But I used to be a Riverport guy for sure.
Thou shalt defend St. Louis-style pizza to haters.
I did that yesterday. There was somebody who said something to someone else who's new in town and said, beware of the pizza. And I said, you bite your tongue. Just let them make the decision.
I said.
Guess who it was?
Oh, I said, go ahead.
I didn't say it was bad, because I'm now used to it.
No, your exact words were, be aware of the pizza.
Be aware that it's not, but when you order St. Louis pizza, it's not going to be what you think.
And what did I say? I said, let them experience it themselves.
It's going to be better than you thought,
I wish
right?
I had somebody tell me that it was not what I expected.
But the word's out enough about what St. Louis style is that if they see that it's called St. Louis style, they know something different is coming, right?
I had never heard of St. Louis style pizza before I came here.
No, I had no idea.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea.
I had no idea, and I think the majority.
But obviously, I'm from Canada.
I think recently, within the past like 5 years, things that are done in St. Louis are starting to leak out. Like, remember?
Oh, the secret's out?
Bagel slicing or whatever the hell that was.
That's on here.
Yeah, like that. Remember that went huge? People were like, what? This is how they do bagels in St. Louis? And then I remember somebody started talking about, oh, if you think that's weird, you should see what they do with their pizza. And then somebody said, oh, yeah, it's a saltine cracker with sauce and cheese on it. And then that started. Now people like sort of know. I didn't know that Detroit style was a pizza.
Until recently, yeah.
Yeah, that's like
the casserole?
Yeah, kind of. It's the one with the crispy edges on the side.
Crispy edges where the cheese kind of goes up the side.
If you think like personal pan pizza is kind of like Detroit style, usually rectangle.
See, so Jamie, you came to town as a hockey player, so maybe you were a little insulated. You got a little more special treatment than those of us.
Oh, really?
Came. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My experience with St. Louis style pizza for the first time was I was living in the Central West End. I wanted a slice.
Get me a slice. That's a New York thing.
So I went down to, it was on Euclid. I don't know if it's still there, the Cecil Whitaker's.
Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah,
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
It was next to the antique shop.
Yeah.
I rolled in there. I go, all right, let me get a slice. And they go, we don't sell by the slice. I go, how do you sell?
Imagine if they did. Here's your square.
Believe it or not, on April Fool's Day, they released that they were going to, remember, they said we're going to start selling by the slice. We're going to start selling by the square.
I said, how the hell do you sell your pizza? I had no idea. We sell it by the inch. What?
All or nothing.
I'll take a 9-inch.
That you did.
What?
Wouldn't be the first one.
Thank you. Low-hanging fruit. What do you want on it? I don't want anything on it. Well, you can't get it with nothing on it. People get stuff on it. Okay. I'll take pepperoni. So I don't see what they put in the box. I'm waiting for my 9 inches of pizza. I go home. I open up the box and go, what the hell is this? Come to find out, it's the Provel, it's the thin crust, it's,
And you loved it immediately.
I didn't. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't.
Hey, Jamie, here's an update.
I did. Now I like it. Now I'm all in. I love my New York slices. I like the Chicago deep dish. But I'll take my St. Louis style pizza. My kids love it. I'm sure your kids do as well.
Yeah, my kids like it. It was always really good when the kids were young because of the little small squares. I felt like there was less waste. The kids would get like 4 or 5 squares each, and then you kind of divvy it up. It's not like your kid takes a slice, eats half of it, and leaves the other half on the plate.
Well, I don't want the crust.
Yeah, I don't want to eat it.
Crust.
He touched it already. No, everybody go to bed.
So I was just warning this person to just beware. You're not going to get what you think. I wish I had somebody tell me that. Then I was just thrown right into it. Huh?
Is it that big of a deal for you that you felt like you needed to warn somebody about
As
it?
an Italian,
Yes, it is. Yes, it was.
As somebody with a vowel at the end of their last name, I feel like it's my duty.
Okay, fair enough. I don't have a vowel at the end of my last name, so I'm just going to let it ride.
Thou, and these are all from the RFT, the 31 Commandments of St. Louis. Thou shalt roll stop signs. I don't notice that. Is that a thing where people roll through stop signs?
Yeah. Really, in the city.
Oh,
Remember, this is St. Louis. They're not talking Wildwood. They're not talking St. Charles.
I roll every stop sign in the city. I do. I'm just in a rush.
Making sense now.
Okay, now it is. Okay. Moon, did you pick it up that way first?
Yeah, I guess so. Because I've never really experienced that out here, but I've been hearing that since I was born.
Okay,
like
don't come to a full stop.
Yeah, the St. Louisans don't pay attention to stop signs. It's a yellow light, basically.
Thou shalt refer to it only as St. Louis Bread Co., not Panera. Okay. Thou shalt bread slice your bagels.
Yeah, there it is.
Which I still have never done.
Oh, you're missing out.
Am I really?
Yeah. It is a really good way to eat a bagel.
It is.
It really
makes
is.
it seem like it's forever. Like if you get that bagel, you slice it in half and you cream cheese it, and you eat the top, you eat the bottom. That's 2 things. You're over. It's gone. You bread slice it or whatever the hell they call it, and now you've got 15 little chips.
Now, are we taking cream cheese and putting them on each individual? Are we taking?
You could do that, or you could dip, or you could dip.
I'm
a dipper.
I'm a dipper. Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be a pinky out thing, taking your cream cheese.
It is a high class thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're trying to drag you upward.
The only way that you get around that pinky up thing is just put the pinky down and then just do it.
And
Do it with a full
That's
fist.
pretty highfalutin.
And then it's almost barbaric.
Yeah.
No, you got to keep the pinky
just
up.
scoop.
So just this is a polite
Well,
scoop.
you have to take
This is a
your,
polite
No,
scoop.
you got to take your knife and you got to smear it on there.
Knife or spoon and just slop it.
I've never done that. I'm not opposed to it. Thou shalt point and say, "Hey, it's the arch," every time you see it.
I mean, that's good.
I'm guilty.
I do that too.
I did too. Hey kids, look at the arch. Dad, we saw it yesterday. I know.
Look, there it is, guys.
Yeah.
The gateway to the West. There it is, right there. Do you do that with horses too? Every time you pass a horse, do you have to shout that out? Because I do.
I feel like I do. Yes. I feel like because it's rare that you see the horse like as you're driving by. Look, it's a horse. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Same one as last week, Dad.
I do that with cows and horses.
Yeah, cow.
Look, it's cows. All right. All right. I feel like it's something you got to do. Thou shalt.
I'm keeping the tradition going that my dad always used to do. Every time we go by a cow, he goes, "Wow, look how big those dogs are." Every time.
Thou shalt drive for 20 minutes in search of a close parking spot for Cardinal games before finally giving up and walking a mile to Busch Stadium.
Oh, dude, my parents don't pay for parking. Never have. We had a special parking lot that we found at least 1.5 miles or 2 miles away. Like, I didn't know that they had parking by the stadium. I didn't know you could pay to park until I was an adult. Even as a teenager and in my early 20s when I went down there, I would always go to the same lot and just hike it, dude.
See, the thing is, and Tony, have you been to a baseball game in another city?
Not a major league stadium. I take that back. I've been to Wrigley, but I stayed in a hotel right next to the stadium. So
you've been to other places to see baseball games. I know you have too, Moon. Have you driven to find parking?
No, it was always public transportation.
Yeah, I drove in Detroit when I played for the Red Wings and saw the Tigers, but that wasn't really fair because the owner of the Tigers is the owner of the Red Wings, and he had us just park with the players,
right?
The players' lot. So that was like, it's not like looking for a spot. And then everywhere else, like when I was in Boston, we parked at the TD Garden, and we just kind of walked our way over to Fenway.
Because when people here see, oh my God, $20 for parking, I go, that's a bargain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I ain't paying $20 for parking, dude.
It's not.
That
it's
is
not $20 anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a good price. That's a good price. Like I parked at, so my mom and dad have a lot that they go to. It's a decent hike to the stadium. It's not anything too long, not anything too crazy of a walk, and I think it costs them $20. I saw the forecast. I saw that there was rain in the forecast. It was me, my mom, my dad, my lady, and we were going to the games, and I wanted to prepare. So I was like, to hell with it. For $20, I could park a 10-minute walk, or for $30, I could park at Ballpark Village where the stadium's right there. And I pulled up, and my dad goes, the hell you doing? I go, I'm parking right here. He goes, $30. I go, okay, it's $30. Who cares? And I go, plus I don't have cash on me. I could use my card right here. He goes, you ain't never got cash on you, just wasted money. $10. It was $10 more than what they pay. And this was the convenience of it being right there.
Yeah. Well, because he thinks he's letting the man win.
I guess
he got
so.
you.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
For sure.
Extra $10, they got you.
Guess so.
Thou shalt tirelessly search for bars that don't close early. Here we go. Thou shalt root for the Blues, regardless of how awful they're playing.
Whoa. It's been a long time since they've been awful.
Well, it's a good thing the Blues have
Last
had a nice
time they
run
were
with
awful was like 06, 07. I know. I was on that team. True story.
Thou shalt insist that which is fried is actually toasted. Yeah, the whole toasted ravioli thing. Again, a thing I never had. But toasted ravioli has now spread its wings and flown across the country. That is now a staple on a lot of bar menus.
Which is crazy to me, and I don't know why. There's no reason for it to be crazy to me, but the fact that other places in the country are selling toasted ravioli, there's a little bit of me, like when I saw it on the menu, and it said, deep-fried toasted ravioli, and it said, it sounds crazy, but it's delicious, and I read it, and part of me was like, that's our thing, man. What are you doing?
I could see
Yeah, there was a in the early 2000s, before it like really started to spread, the only place I had seen anything like that was a place in Denver, and it had to be owned by a St. Louisan because they had like a picture of Busch Stadium and a picture of the Arch, and they had thin crust pizza and toasted ravioli.
Yeah,
it was all like very St. Louis themed. I forget what the place was called, but that was the only one, and now it's starting to spread.
Well, yeah, Chris Kerber was telling us about a place in New York City.
Yeah, what's it called? It's a blues bar.
Yeah, it's a
blues bar. It's like the Hideout or the Lookout or the something out, where it's like, it's not just hey, we're from New York, we watch blues games here. It is a blues bar. Yeah. It is a St. Louis
and
blues bar.
And we serve food.
Yeah.
We serve St. Louis style food.
Yep.
Thou shalt take all out-of-towners to the City Museum. That's cool. They made the list. Thou shalt ask any person you meet from St. Louis where they went to high school.
Oh, yes.
You get that? Thou shalt go on a float trip every summer and deem it as a vacation. Have you been on a float trip yet?
Oh, yeah, I've been on a couple float trips. I did not deem it a vacation. And the one float trip that I did go on, took the whole family, the kids, and everything. Like it wasn't a adult float trip. It was like a family float trip. Well, hadn't rained in a while. I ended up dragging my family for half the day. My back is still going through physical therapy from that day.
When the canoe or raft is bottomed out half of the time because of just the weight of people being in there. Yeah. You got all right.
That was fun. Dad, we're stuck again.
Have you been on an adult one?
Yes, those are fun. I actually went on one here, but also the one I had the most fun, I was down in Atlanta, Georgia. The Chattahoochee River. They do a float down there, and it is a thing. It is like a, for lack of better words, like a Party Cove-esque type adventure, but everybody's floating. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I had my first Jell-O shot on the Black River. And you know how you eat Jell-O shots.
Don't. It is not even 7 a.m.
Okay,
do it.
I feel like I'm missing something. Bring me in. To the.
Well, I said, somebody. It was somebody from another raft. Like, hey, you want a Jell-O shot? I go, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to take one.
Yeah.
So they throw it. It's in a little plastic container.
Yeah.
You asked for this.
Okay.
It's in a little plastic
Do it.
container.
I'm not feeling well, so this will make me feel better or worse.
I go, how do you eat this? And they said, just take it and just kind of slurp it out of the top. And I go, like this.
Did you?
That's how you do it.
Did that.
That's the sound of eating a Jello shot.
Kind of is.
It is.
Everybody watching the webcams got the visual too.
Nope.
But that's how you do it.
I mean, how else would you do it, Tony?
I don't care. You just don't share it. You just don't do that noise.
Show us, Tony. Show us.
No.
How do you do it, Tony?
I would take my finger and I'd go whoop, and then I'd go, whoop, and then it's gone.
And then what sound does it make, though?
It doesn't make a sound.
Well,
I
sure,
close,
because you still
I
gotta
close
get it
my
off.
mouth.
You gotta
I go
get-
like this, and then that's it. That's the only noise
No,
I
I
make.
turn into a savage when I have Jello shots.
I kind of don't mind it. Just
There we go.
I hate
That's
both
it.
you guys. It's both idiots.
The last float I went on was the Hooshe, on the Hooshe River. That was a good float. Thou shalt complain about the loop trolley. Thou shalt, at some point every summer, complain about the humidity. Yep, we're there. Thou shalt wax poetic about Ted Drews. You've been.
yes,
It's good.
it's good. It's good.
It's good. There are a lot of frozen custard stands around. If you live in South City, it's a thing you do. When we
God,
lived down
it always cracks me up. Whenever there's like this or that, okay? No matter what it is, you could talk about barbecue places or even fast food restaurants or anything. Anytime somebody's like, I don't hate that, but I like it, that's good. That's good.
It's good.
That's the answer. And that's anybody that says to me like, hey, man, do you like Ted Drews? It's the exact thing I say because of what you said. There's so many options, and it's all good. Like, when's the last time you got frozen custard or ice cream and you went, this is crap?
I don't think that's ever happened.
Thank you. It's good.
Have you ever had bad ice cream or bad frozen custard?
No.
I can't
Not that I
remember a
can
time.
remember.
I cannot remember a time. Now, there are times that I've made mistakes.
We've ordered
And
the
I've
wrong
gone,
flavor.
oh, I want that. Yeah, give me some almonds on there. And then you go, why the hell did I do
Yeah,
this?
you've miscalculated
But
flavor
it's
choices.
never the
Sabotage
ice
your own
cream.
experience.
Yeah, it's never the ice cream. I'm always self-sabotaging.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do want strawberry jam and bananas in that. What the hell is this?
Why did I do this? But that's on me, guys. That's not. Don't blame Ted Drew for that. That's
He's an innocent bystander.
he's been doing his thing for a long time. He's locked in with the formula. I do like at the airport they got the Ted Drews machines. And have you ever had the Ted Drews with the vending machine?
No.
Moon, you've seen that before, right? At the airport.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, is it at the airport? Oh, where did I see it?
It is multiple places. Like
Yeah,
you're talking
I
about the
wanna say I
little
saw-
cups.
The little cups and like almost the cooler opens up.
Yeah, it's the little cups that when they do come out for whatever reason, and I think because that they put them in the vending machine that's so cold, you have to wait 7 days before you eat
before
it.
you could eat. Yeah.
Because it'll snap a spoon and a half.
Yeah.
No, it's nice this time of year going to Ted Drews and waiting 4 hours for custard. It's cool. It's cool.
Especially on a day like today where it's 178 degrees outside.
Thou shalt mispronounce every French word in the city's lexicon.
That's a pet peeve of mine, man. Because I'm
Yeah,
French
it's wild.
Canadian. And so when I came down here, I'm pronouncing everything the way it should be. And people are looking at me like I have a third eye. Like
Gravois.
Yeah. Gravois, Gravois. And like Bell Fountain. It's
Bell
not
Fountain.
even spelled that way.
I know. This one
It's
always.
literally not even spelled the right way.
And there are people that are unfamiliar with that area, and this happened when I still do traffic, but back then when there was traffic in that area, I would say, oh, and then there's slow traffic westbound 270 at Bell Fountain, and people would go, it's Bellefontaine, and I'm like, no, it's Bell Fountain. Ask the mayor, ask everybody that lives there. Unfortunately, that's how it is. It's Bell Fountain.
Oh, I understand. I get it. And Creve Coeur, well, the first time people would tell me when I got here, oh, I live in Creve Coeur. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Then I saw the city sign, welcome to Creve Coeur. I'm like, Creve Coeur? I'm like, that's Cav Car. That's like Broken Heart.
Is that how it's supposed to be?
And
Well,
then
I know it's Broken Heart, but I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced.
it's not Creve Coeur. Let's just put it that way.
That story of how that name got there is really interesting. Look it up. But even cooler, did you guys see the Blues tweet out the thing about from all the players
Oh, yeah,
which a
the
lot of them-
prospects.
The pronouncing the names.
and it said, and while it was happening, I thought, how would any of these guys get these quote unquote correct? St. Louis correct, because we're all wrong. It just shone a spotlight on us being completely wrong about all of them.
Well, just drive anywhere with Waze on, or your navigator. My navigator started smoking when I
When you hit the
gravel.
pair.
Yeah.
That's always
Shutting
my
down.
favorite. I go, hello? The phone rings. I go, hello? And they go, yes, hello. Is this Tony? I go, yeah. What's going on? And they go, we saw that you recently visited our medical facility in Des Perez, and I want to. And I go, you're not from here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not from here.
You're just calling me.
Again, these are the commandments of St. Louis, as according to the people over the Riverfront Times. Thou shalt love Forest Park. Okay. Thou shalt always call it 40 and assume everyone who calls it I-64 is from out of town.
Mm-hmm. That happens.
Farty.
Farty. There you go.
Yeah, that's confusing to me. And I call it 40. But why do we not call it 64?
Well, 64 is the interstate line, 40 is the Missouri route, right? I mean, so we're basically just saying we pretend Illinois doesn't exist.
I think we call it 40 while in Missouri, but that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
But it really is 64.
Correct. We've just
We just choose to ignore that.
we've put a bumper sticker on it while it's in Missouri.
Yeah. It says Interstate 64 passes through the St. Louis area in the U.S. state of Missouri. The entire route overlaps U.S. Route 40 because the road was a main thoroughfare in St. Louis area before the development of the interstate highway system. So it was 40, and then they put 64 right
On
over
top
it,
of it.
and all of us went, to hell with you, it's still 40 to us.
Right. So like it's both because it's Missouri Route 40, just like 6167 goes throughout, but then it turns into Limburg. So 67 is Limburg, but only for a certain amount. And same for like, well, we don't do this
Manchester and
anymore.
100.
Yeah, and we don't do this anymore. But Route 66, I mean, for crying out loud, it's like the most famous highway in the country. Route 66 is Watson, and then whatever the heck it was.
Yeah, Manchester and 100. Same thing.
Yeah, and isn't like all of 340 or something? Route 340?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, what's
Page is
30?
364.
What's 30?
Graveway is 30.
Yeah. Boy, you confuse a lot of people. Thou shalt brag about our zoo and that it's free to every out-of-towner that you meet. Okay?
Hey, man, that's something worth bragging about.
And remember, people were really up in arms even when the idea of maybe charging a little something to go to the zoo. Nope. Free zoo, that's our thing. You taking our thing away.
Don't you dare.
Nope.
People were pretty angry about that.
Even the idea of it. Don't you even think about it.
Yeah, they were not thrilled.
Thou shalt also brag about our free museums to every out-of-towner you meet. Thou shalt go to Fast Eddie's Bon Air for your 21st birthday.
True.
Did you go? You went for your 21st, right?
Yeah, and didn't get carded. The whole thing is you go, you got to be 21, you go, you get carded, you get the T-shirt. I spent my 21st at Fast Eddie's. And I walked in, and the guy goes, hey, how you doing? I go, good. And I kind of paused, and he goes, it's open seating. You can sit wherever you'd like. And I walked by, and the guy behind me was like, bro, it's his 21st, card him. Then they carded me, and the guy goes, sorry, you look like you're 30. I was like, okay.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
You're like, I could have been coming here all this time?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Thou shalt point at the arch but never actually go up in it, aside from that one time in elementary school.
That is a great thing. That is 100% true.
I was supposed to go see the new museum on Sunday, but I didn't get a chance to because we had some friends in from out of town. Has anybody seen the new museum? I've heard it's great.
No, I haven't. Now when people from out of town, I used to take everybody when they would come, when I first moved here. They go, hey, we go to the arch. I'm like, all right, man, I'll go with you. Do the whole, arch and brewery and city museum.
Yeah.
Now I'll drop you off.
Pick you up in a couple hours. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Call me when you're done. No, but I have not been to the new museum. I hear it's very nice. Thou shalt hate Stan Kroenke forever. Thou shalt celebrate both Mardi Gras and St. Patrick's Day in Soulard at least once. Done that. Thou shalt know the words to every Nelly song that references St. Louis. And I'm sure you know every single word to country grammar.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, if you give me 38 beers, I bet I can rap the whole damn thing flawlessly.
I bet you if I put the song on, you would get right back into it.
I mean, I could fake my way through it too, for sure. You know, you do that. I'm going down to, you know, like I could fake my way through it.
I feel like because that was what year?
That was like 01, 2000, 01.
So you were still in high school.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that was a song that I could play in the car and my mom not hate.
Yeah. But I feel like that's one of those things that every kid had to know every word of that song.
Yeah, or at least parts of it.
It's a rite of passage here.
Yeah,
in St. Louis.
You knew the first verse. You know, you knew the first verse for sure, and then you knew like different parts of like you can find me in St. Louis rolling on dubs, and everybody's like, you know like little parts of it. And then also as a white kid, you're trying to rap it without being, you know, getting in trouble.
For us growing up, you had to know every single word to the Beastie Boys' License Still, the entire record.
Oh my God, what a great record.
You had to and you were quizzed. I mean, if you did not know every single word to every single song on that record, you were a loser.
It's a great record.
Great record. So I'm at home cramming, I'm listening to Paul Revere.
Oh gosh, yes,
Making sure I know every word, just in case, you know, somebody wants to quiz me on it. I know, Paul Revere, I know every word. You know, the whole thing with the wiffle ball bat. Thou shalt recognize Becky as the carpet queen and that Carol House has nice things. Thou shalt acknowledge Provel cheese as an abomination or as something sent straight from heaven. There is no in-between. It is, I disagree with that one because I'm in between there.
I would consider myself in between.
I'm definitely in between to where I'll love it for a couple of pieces if I order a St. Louis style pizza.
When I learned what it was, it changed my perspective on it a little bit. I feel like it's like a fallen angel, you know? It's fallen from heaven, but it's an angel nonetheless.
But after 2 or 3 pieces, I'm like, I'm good.
See, there are times where like I love Emos, and Emos is Provel cheese. I mean, and there are some Italian dishes and places around the area that put Provel cheese on a salad or whatever. Like, I enjoy that. But then every once in a great while, Jamie, kind of like you alluded to, I will take a bite of Emos and like the cheese will just like glue to the top of my mouth, and I go, oh, I don't really like this. You know, I'm like, I don't really like how I'm feeling right now. But the next Emos pizza I get, I'm like, damn, Provel is the best.
Man,
I'm back.
I got to add a commandment here because they didn't list this in the RFT. Thou shalt put cheese on every salad you get.
Oh, that's yeah.
He hates that, by the way.
What?
He hates it.
Why? What's wrong with you? I mean, where do we start? But still.
Because I want a salad.
Yeah, so you just, here, give me salad. What, do you even put dressing on it?
No, there's dressing, but I feel like cheese is an odd thing to...
So you order a Caesar salad.
That's different.
Well,
Caesar salad is you meant to have the Parmesan on there, the shaved Parmesan.
Rizz, it's salad.
But that is a dish in itself.
What's the difference?
I think, and again, maybe it's because I'm here. Maybe it's because I live here. But I think that it is rare to find a salad that doesn't have a cheese on it.
Yeah, I'm used to it now.
That's only a St. Louis thing? I feel like that's an everywhere thing.
Rizz, Olive Garden. They come up to your table. They got the salad. They offer to spin the cheese.
Yeah, they got the wheel of cheese.
Like, there's a reason they do that. Because people like cheese.
I know people like it. I don't. Unless it's a Caesar salad. That's different.
Ugh,
it's different.
So many parameters.
Let me see here. Thou shalt make fun of St. Charles any chance you get.
Hey.
Okay?
Hey, whoa. Whoa.
And thou shalt run into someone who knows somebody you went to high school with and comment that St. Louis, it's a small town. That's true. I agree with pretty much all these.
These are pretty accurate.
Very accurate. Good job, RFT.